quarreled with, Geralt ran into an old friend, Kira Metz. Sorcerer is told the Witcher about a masked mage. Ciri had seemed to have taken shelter in his hideout. Witcher set off to find it, with Kira in tow. Ciri had never reached the elven mage, yet the wild hunt had. The ghostly retinue was one step ahead of Geralt, or so it seemed. The Witcher felt it always lost, until Kira gave him a new lead. The Crones of Crookback Bog.
What? Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just the paper.
Richard back for more Witcher 3. So let's find out. I might do some fist fighting first. Nope. I think there's a fist fighting thing. Nope. I thought there was one in Blackbow, but yes, I was right. So let's go do some fist fighting.
Need a swift kick in the arse.
Will you join the tournament? Eh? A bit of honest fist fighting to clear the lungs and bowels. Though I warn you, Jordan can be fierce. Likes to bite. Get me? So, what'll it be?
What are the rules?
We mostly use fists, but no one looks askance at a straight kick to the stones. Defeat Jonah, then Smithy, and stand Fishgulper, and you'll earn the right to face the sergeant. Velen's champion.
Yeah, we're gonna do some fist fighting because it's fun.
Right. Let's see just how fierce Jonah is.
Feast your eyes on an epic clash between Jonah and the Drifter.
Come on. Come on, Jonah. Knocked him out.
Drifters defeated Jonah. Could this be a new champion of Velen in the making? Who can tell? You've still Smithy from the inn at the crossroads to defeat, then Fishgulper from Lindenville. I'll leave you to guess what he does.
Rabble. Okay. But I just did that because I knew I was by Blackbow. So that was just a temporary little event. We have a conversation with the Baron to have. Announcement. By order of the commander of the Nilfgaardian Army Group Center Camp, residents of the village of Midcopse of Blackbow are hereby required to report to the camp near Midcopse in order to perform labor for the Empire. Those caught evading their duty shall be flogged. Lists of designated residents and their assigned days of service have been provided by the village elderman. Right.
flowing, pouring again.
So let's find out what's going on.
Lightning strike.
Crow's Perch is on fire. That's exciting. Huh. Yep. This bridge is taken out. It's funny that because of the dynamic weather, the barn is on fire, but you would imagine with it raining it wouldn't be. Alright. So the Baron has set the stables on fire.
Young girl through, tottering about again. Go calm him down. Calm yourself. Oswin? Where's Oswin? Anyone seen him?
Believe I saw him heading to the stable.
What?
Fire. You blind? Nobody willing to put it out?
Ain't that simple. Most are afraid. Baron flies into a rage. He takes no prisoners.
My brother's in the stable. We've got to save him. He'll burn alive. Him and the horses.
See what I can do.
Hurry now, quick!
Damn it. Lots of smoke. Gotta hurry.
Okay, this is terrible. Please let me move. Oh my god. Why is it not letting me move? This is terrible. Why can't I move?
Over here! Can't get out! Roots collapse!
Coming to get you.
We've a hero in our midst. You've earned yourself a barrel of Lyrian.
I know your wife miscarried. Was that before or after you beat her to a pulp?
The fuck are you suggesting?
Don't play me for a fool. You'd been beating them for years. Finally, they'd had enough and fled. Sound about right?
Fucking get out of here!
They ran from you, didn't they?
That's right, we're having a fist fight with the Baron. Knocked him out.
to talk. Sit down. You beat them.
I never laid a finger on Tamara. Not once.
And on Anna.
That's another story. She always knew how to spark my ire.
Expect me to believe you are a loving father to Tamara after that scene in the courtyard?
You're free to believe whatever you wish, but she was always the apple of my eye. She had the run of the place, ask anyone. She'd ride the horses, hunt with the men, at times join them on their rounds. And they'd send for her when I flew into a rage, for only she could calm me.
Make it sound like she led a charmed life. If that's the case, why'd she run?
I'd hardly need you if I knew.
Your wife, how'd she make you angry? Too much salt in the soup? Socks never darned?
20 years we've known each other. She's seen me drunk and sober. She was there to greet me when I returned the victor. She was there to patch me up in defeat. Like no other, she knew where to press, where to pinch, so it would hurt.
You beat her? For that? For criticizing you?
Oh, Witcher, you haven't a clue, have you? Well, perhaps I shall tell you about it one day. One day, but not today.
You knew they'd run away from the start.
Yes, I knew.
Why didn't you tell me? Wasted my time.
Say I had. Say I'd said I had troubles. Couldn't control my wife, my daughter. What kind of flaccid prick would you take me for?
Tell me everything you remember about the day they fled. The truth this time.
I'd been soaking myself 3 days straight. Anna came to me, said they were leaving. I begged them to stay. She refused to hear it. I tried to stop her. She wriggled like an eel. We struggled. She fell. Last blasted thing I remember. Woke up in the morn, breeches heavy with my own piss. A large bump on my head. Sadly, they were gone. Know what that's like, Witcher? No. How the fuck could you? I was left with nothing. Nothing! Only the bottle.
Tamara present for all this? She see you quarrel?
Through the doorway, perhaps. She didn't enter the room. Shame, too. Things might have turned out differently. The sight of her always calmed me.
Signs of a fight in the room. Hole in the wall, wine all over the landing. Was that you?
Aye. We tussled. She tried to whack me on the noggin with a candlestick, but kept missing. Hit the wall and the pillar instead. I staggered backwards onto the table, spilled the wine, slipped and tumbled. Anna used that moment to flee. She rushed down the stairs, still clutching that damn candlestick. I caught her on the landing. We fell. I thought I had her. Then she turned and smacked me in the head. I blacked out. Don't know what happened next. When I came to, I was alone.
What happened next?
Next, it only got worse. I awoke at sunset, not knowing how many days had passed. Thought it was all a ploughing, drunken nightmare. And then I went to the bedchamber, and Anna was not there. Instead, there was blood everywhere. I knew she'd miscarried. My breath short, my throat locked. I neared the bed and saw it. It lay there, tiny thing, defenseless, on bloodied sheets, dead. And it was my doing.
Seen a lot of dead in my time, but that must have been hard.
Unspeakably so. My legs gave out. I saw fields of corpses at Sodden, saw witches burn in Maribor. But compared to this, all that was a rabbit's prick alongside a great oak. And the guilt is all mine.
We don't know that yet. The amulet and the war could be linked somehow. Maybe the fact that she lost it. What did you do with the child?
Wrapped it in a clean sheet and buried it.
Just like that?
Damn you! I gave no thought to a funeral. It was a horror. I wanted it to end. That child had been my dream. I told Anna, the little one, our little one, to make things right. Yet she died before she could be born. Understand, Witcher? My child was dead.
Get hold of yourself. Men like you, when they break down, look downright pathetic.
You're a heartless bastard.
Mutations worked then. But here's the good news. Your dead child might help us find the one who's still alive. And your wife.
What? How?
Sometimes miscarried fetuses, if they don't get a proper burial, turn into botchlings.
Into fucking what?
A cursed creature that draws strength from killing pregnant women. Once it's strong enough, it attacks those who scorned it.
But how? How does it know?
Blood ties. They're a strong bond. A bond I want to use to find your family.
How?
One of two ways. Legends claim you can bury a botchling under the family's threshold, perform a ritual, and turn it into a lubberkin. That's a sort of, hob, a guardian spirit that could lead me to your family.
And the other way?
We kill it and draw some blood. Take that to the Peller and he does the rest.
Do not kill my child. It's suffered enough already. Lift the curse that it may finally rest in peace.
Still not sure what to do.
Whatever you decide, we must put an end to my child's suffering.
Whatever we do, we gotta find the botchling first.
I'll show you where I buried her, and I'll dig the grave at my threshold.
If it turns out we can't transform the botchling into a lubberkin, they can bury us in it, handy either way. The sooner we resolve this, the better. Best do it tonight, at midnight.
Then wait here with me. Near midnight, I'll take you to where I buried her.
Get word to the common folk. Let us stay in their homes tonight and draw a line of salt outside their doors. And try to sober up.
Do I take a shovel to dig up the grave?
Take it. You'll need it, but not for that.
A bit further. Follow me.
How much? I got 2 swallow potion. Am I allowed to meditate? Okay, I am allowed.
You give the child a name?
No. Why would we?
Mistake. Names are powerful seals.
Here's the spot.
Chose a lovely spot.
Damn it, will you relent? I'm ploughing now I've done wrong.
Good. The grave's dug up and empty.
What's that mean?
Botchling's on the prowl.
Look!
Take it in your arms, quick.
And if it goes Garrett, it'll bite us in the arse before we know it.
Keep screaming and it will turn rabid. It's calm for now.
Bloody hell. What happens when it gets restless?
It'll bite through your jugular, and you'll bleed to death before I can help. Tell me if it starts wriggling. I'll calm it with magic. Pick it up. Take it in your arms.
Merciful gods!
Back to the fortress.
With this?
As I recall, you were the one wanted to test the old legends, changing a lubberkin.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I know I'm going to be fighting some specters, so let's prepare.
Spectres. Watching their scent attractively.
Do something!
Okay, that was... Oh. Why didn't that work? What the hell? I'm a little confused if I got the botchling. That's what I'm freaked out about. Wow.
I like that silver.
This is terrible. Oh, that's... Ugh. Crap, 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 crap. That was not my intention. Really? Why does my sword... Oh my god. I never sheathed my sword. Why did my sword get sheathed? So I got Yurden. Oh, come on. Terrible. Wait, why is there an extra set of... No! Oh my god. I'm having some issues with the buttons. The buttons are literally... They're sheathing my sword when I'm trying to eat something. I also messed up the very beginning of the fight because I would. Okay, so the way it works is that you can do Axie at the end. I thought you had to do Axie at the beginning, and that screwed me up.
What do you want to do with it?
Me? Nothing. This is your job. Told you, gotta bury it under the threshold. If the tales are true, by tomorrow it'll be a love again. From then on, it'll watch over your house and help me find your family. Need to hurry.
On with it.
Oh, come on. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Oh my god. Terrible. Their reach is pretty. I'm not being cautious enough. They have huge reach, and you can't get hit by them because they stagger you. So then they hit you again. Also, I have enemy scaling on, and I have terrible armor. So every hit is like 25 or 30% on my health. That was just terrible. I wasn't playing very well. My Jurden should be pretty good, but it seems like they were moving very fast. That Jurden's supposed to slow them down, but it felt like they were going really fast anyway. And I keep letting the Spectres outflank me. That's not good. Really? I'm gonna have to do this again? Fuck.
Mistake. Names are powerful seals.
Fuck, fuck, fuck. Well, let's not suck this time.
Here's the spot.
Let's skip this.
Good. They're good. Watch. Take it. Back to the fortress.
With this?
As I recall, you were the one who wanted to test the old legends to change it into a lubberkin.
Oh, fuck.
I need honeysuckle, so let's grab that. Did they lock it? Yeah. They did indeed lock it. Let me make sure, yeah, that's set up.
Watching scent attracted them.
Do something!
Oh, they keep outflanking me. I really need some help. Oh, crap. Oh, get out. Oh, they're so... You have to constantly dodge with these guys.
Oh. Quiet now. But what do you want to do with it?
Me? Nothing. This is your job. Told you, gotta bury it under the threshold. If the tales are true, by tomorrow it'll be a replicant.
I need to add Spectre Oil.
From then on, it'll watch over your house and help you find your family. Need to hurry.
On with it.
Run back into the circle. Oh. Woo. Ah. I gotta get them in front of me. Ugh. Oh. You gotta be really careful. Whoa. Hang on. Spectre Oil. This is a really hard fight.
Squirming again? Like a daft eel? I cannot help. It worked. It stopped.
Chosen a name?
No.
So think of one. It's important.
It's a girl. What would Anna have named her? What now?
Repeat after me.
powers of earth and sky.
By the world that was to be your home.
By the world that was to be your home.
Forgive me, you who came, but who I did not embrace.
Forgive me, you who came, but who I did not embrace.
I name thee, say her name, and embrace thee as my daughter.
I name thee, Daya, and embrace thee as my daughter.
Good. Now bury the body.
What now?
In 1 day's time, Daya should turn into a lubberkin. I'll stay here and wait. You go home.
I'll wait with you.
Out of the question.
But that's my child. The guilt, the responsibility for all this lies with me.
Time for parental impulses? It's long past. Besides, nothing else you can do here.
But
No buts. Just Witcher's work left to do here. Gotta wait a day and a night for the botchling to turn into a lubberkin. That's it. Go home. And try not to drink yourself stupid again.
So that was the quest when I realized this game was going from great to legendary. So let's read about this. The Pilla's Argus show that the miscarried fetus, undoubtedly discarded without a proper burial, had transformed into a dangerous monster, a botchling. The beast was murderous and foul, but could yet do some good. If its curse could be lifted and the monster could be turned into a lubberkin, this latter being a friendly household guardian, could lead Geralt to the Baron's wife and daughter. Geralt's bosom boiled with wrath as he went to confront the Baron. He was ready to drag the truth out of the man with a sword, force him to confess to what had truly happened that fateful night. A Witcher in the state is even more effective than usual, so Geralt accomplished this in short order. The Baron admitted that his wife had miscarried after one of their frequent rows, and that she and his daughter had fled Crow's Perch. He also agreed to show Geralt where he had buried the miscarried child's remains. When the clock struck midnight, both men set off to find the botchling grave. Once Geralt and the Baron had reached the unborn babe's place of burial, they did not have to wait long for the botchling to show up. The beast hissed and howled and threatened to assume its more monstrous and vicious form, but the two men completed the naming ritual before it could. Then, following ancient custom, they buried the creature under the threshold so that in time it might be reborn as a lubberkin, a household guardian spirit. Geralt hoped this being would help him find the Baron's family. This is just crazy. So he beat his wife, right? Caused abortion. Then he goes, it just tosses the body in a grave without a proper ceremony, and a monster is born. And then you have this very emotional moment where he accepts this child here at the end of this ritual. It's wild.
By blood's power I summon you. With your name I beseech you. Hear my call and arise, Dea. Lead me to those bound to you by blood.
So, we are following a fetus. That's right. We did that, yeah.
You, white one, think you're too slow? Fancy an outing to find that sheepy? Been the Smith's lass. Get tooth one.
Let me see if there's anything. Prime mushroom hunting grounds. There be a corpse in deep wood where man never fails to find mushrooms of plenty. For proper recompense, I can show the way. Never see your young'uns cry of hunger again. Sophie. Our bitch birthed the litter. We have a new batch of pups, 5 of them in all, small and spindly, but enough to make a stew of. I'll sell them for a few crowns each for exchange for other food. Marta. Our bilberries died. My daughter Bilberry, a lovely girl and the apple of our eyes, died this year, the 4th of her short life. We buried her in the graveyard by the crooked birch. Whoever wants to place a lump of earth or light a candle for her, that's where to go. Watkins. And I'm pretty sure that night guy that I beat up earlier, that's the father. Proclamation. May it hereby be known that any man shirking delivery of his feudal duties to the castle will be punished and harshly. For hiding foodstuffs, 50 lashes shall be delivered without mercy or delay, the old and young, men and women alike. Soothsayer, honest and honest and true-sighted. I've many a year behind me and have been through much in each. In return, the gods have granted me the gift of sight. I need to take a hand and gaze upon it, and before my eyes comes a vision of what awaits that hand in its owner and all it touches. Some call it witchcraft and unnatural, this gift, but to my reckoning it's the same as how some swim strong or play fiddle masterfully while others sputter and screech. If you don't fear knowing what fate has in store, come pay a visit to Old Rock. Flogging. As punishment for failure to perform feudal duties, 100 lasses each have been administered to George of Shrane, Broadus the Elder, and Musi Helene. May this serve as a reminder, the hand that feeds can also strike its wayward words. Man, Nilfgaard's fucking, like, lashing and, like, conscripting, and Nilfgaard is not nice. Look at that lightning.
Wizardry!
It's very strange that no one comments about
Winds howling.
this lubberkin.
Ever heard of preventive arse whooping?
Oh, what's this? We've got no. We've got necrophages. And Igni will probably be handy. Wait, what? Oh. Jeez. I need to get my potions back.
Sure wasn't lavender they kept in there. Might be worth looking around, though. Horseshoe. No way a pitch burner could afford a horse.
Come on.
A bracelet. One of them must have dropped it. Clothing. They change in here? Both were here. I'm going the right way. Wants to show me something more.
Okay. You're gonna make me fight that. Okay. Insecticide oil. And Igni, of course. Androgena workers. Weak to golden oriole. I think that blocks poison. And insectoid oil. I thought the workers were harmless. I thought wrong. Jane the Gimp Trapper. Workers are the most numerous and thus the most frequently encountered caste of Endriga. Within the colony, their duty lies in building nests and cocoons, acquiring food and caring for eggs and larvae. When threatened, they will summon warriors to aid them, yet if forced to defend themselves, they will, and do so surprisingly well. So, necrophages. A rot fiend. Ah, yeah. These guys are dangerous. They blow up when at low health.
Still worth a closer look.
Oh, that was terrible. Yep, they blow up.
Should examine that horse carcass.
Back up. They do a lot of damage if they hit you with their explosions. I don't think we've seen the entry for Rot Fiends. They are weak to necrophage oil. Course it reeks. Think they're called Rot Fiends because they smell like roses? Vesemir, Witcher of the Wolf School. Rot Fiends resemble decomposing human bodies that have been stripped of their skin. Their presence is given away by the overwhelming stench of the rot which gives them their name. Devourers are a particularly dangerous kind of Rot Fiend marked by an insatiable appetite for human flesh. They're only... I actually shouldn't be using Igni, because they're not actually weak to Igni. They're only weak to necrophage oil.
What do we have here? Bones have been here a while. Chewed on the saddle. Necrophages will eat anything these days. Giant claws. Wasn't a necrophage made these marks. Horseshoes missing. Is this the animal that lost one in the smokehouse? Head torn clear off. Takes incredible strength. Must have been attacked by a powerful beast. Surprised him. Hope they got away. Trail goes on. Good thing it doesn't end here.
So they were attacked. Oh. Oh my god, so many wolves. It's really difficult to not get outflanked by these. Okay.
A fisherman's hut. Seems she wants me to take a closer look.
Who's that? In the room. Go on now.
What you seek here, sir? Our hut's out of the way. Woeful. We has nothing. We knows nothing.
Just need information. Looking for 2 women, the Bloody Baron's wife and daughter.
Not a soul have been here, sir.
Sure? Not even passing through? Daughter's medium height, about 20. Her mother's thin, about 40. Seen them?
That sir came at night, right, Mummy? Quiet, boy.
Where'd the girl go? Your son said enough. No point in playing dumb anymore.
Sorry, sir, but you don't look like one of her father's men.
Because I'm not. I'm looking for Tamara and her mother. I need to know if they're alive and safe.
Tamara is mine. She's to my brother's place in Oxenford. But Mrs. Anne, that's another tale. Though anywhere's better than the crow's perch with a baron.
Why?
Cause he beat her, sir. Beat Mrs. Anna, I mean. Everyone knew, but not a one lifted a finger for to stop it.
What happened to Tamara's mother?
We're like this. I was awaiting in the old smokehouse with horses. Cold as hell and so dark, couldn't see past 2 ells in front of me. Moon had risen high, and still it hadn't come. Began to fear some demon had snatched him. But finally they came forth, and we sets off towards the river. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a gale arose. Thought it'd tear my head off. And those damn birds, swarms of them coursing over the woods, raising a racket to make your ears bleed. Mrs. Anna screamed, bent over into herself. Tamara knelt down, gripped her arms. For then I saw it. Fiery marks on her hands.
What marks?
These, well, like burned on with hot iron on the palms inside.
Burned? Like a cattle brand?
Aye, though these wasn't black scars scabbed over. They's hot and glowing, as if they burned with raw fire.
Fine. What happened next?
Grew even darker. Seemed someone had put out the stars. Crickets all went silent or so, and then, from the woods, a roar. Broke out in a cold sweat, and before I could catch my breath, a beast jumped out of the woods, big as a barn, with horns and 2 burning coals for eyes. I thought I was done for. Beast attacked Mrs. Anna's horse, ripped its head off, carried her off into the woods. Our horses, mine and Miss Tamara's, got spooked and tore off willy-nilly. 'Twere the only reason we escaped. The miss wanted to go back for her mother, but my wife pleaded, said she'd die out there alone. Miss Tamara agreed not to go.
Why help them at all? You risked a lot.
By the death, old Miss Tamara. 3 moons passed, a fever gripped my boy. We thought he was done for. Tamara alerted, brought food and salves. We're poorer than dirt itself. She saved my boy. No two ways about it. Me, myself, I'd have never dared to help. But my missus told me a time of war and contempt's come. A time of folk gone wrong. We needs to repay good with good. Who stands by idly does evil as if.
Married a wise woman.
Crying shame we couldn't save Mrs. Anna in the end.
Thanks for your help.
The lady, she'll be all right in the end, won't she?
I'll do what I can to see that she is.
That was a lot. The Baron's wife and daughter had not fled Crow's Perch unaided. A fisherman living nearby had provided key assistance. Geralt went to the man's hut, where he learned a fiend had attacked the two women during their flight. The beast had torn Anna's horse to shreds, then carried her off in the woods. One detail the fisherman mentioned rankled in the Witcher's mind. It seemed Anna's hands bore strange marks that had burned with fire just moments before the fiend appeared. What could have caused them? What did they mean? Geralt would have to endure this rankling until he found Anna, who, if still alive, had to be somewhere in the Crookback Bog. Tamara, on the other hand, had made it to Oxenford, where the fisherman had helped her find shelter with his brother. Characters might be updated. The Peller turned out to be more skilled. Okay, we did that one. Anna Stringer. Geralt had discovered Anna's marital life had not been working out as well as she might have hoped. She had recently been pregnant, but lost her child for unknown reasons shortly before her disappearance. When Geralt pushed the Baron about the matter, the ugly truth finally came out. Desperate and miserable, Anna had fled, taking Tamara with her, after her drunken husband beat her badly. The Baron was convinced Anna had miscarried because of his action, but Geralt was not so certain about this. He couldn't stop thinking about the strange talisman meant to ward off evil power Anna had received from the Peller. The situation grew even more entangled when Geralt discovered that after fleeing to Crow's Perch, Anna had been taken captive by some gigantic beast who carried her off into the darkness. As if that weren't horror enough, eyewitnesses' testimony claimed her hands had burned with strange glowing symbols shortly before this. Perhaps this was precisely what the talisman Anna had received from the Peller had been meant to guard against. And... Geralt found his way to the hut belonging to a fisherman and who helped Tamara and her mother in their flight. Thou he learned that a horrible beast had captured Anna and dragged her into the swamp. Tamara was able to escape with her life and had found shelter with a relative of the fisherman in Oxenford. It turned out the Baron would drink regularly into excess, and Geralt got a first-hand view of how dangerous he can be to those around him during such moments. When he returned to talk to the Baron about what he had learned from the Peller, Philip had known from the start that his wife and daughter had fled, not disappeared, but torn between shame and concern over their fate, he had tried to save face while still doing all he could to find them. So, there's a lot to process there. So, she had trouble at home. She had a talisman protecting her for something. And then she lost the talisman, and then in the attempt to flee, a lot of things were discovered. Or the darkness found her and carried her off. So we are actually gonna go talk.
So here our paths diverge. Thank you, Dea. Go in peace.
We're going to go talk to Tamara next. I will make sure that's selected. Okay, that's what I have to say for now. Until next time, Richard out.